Hey, my name is David Roach, and I'm an Awana missionary in North Carolina. And I really want to do a breakout on Awana missions ideas. I know there's a lot of churches that do something specific for missions around March and April. And so I wanted to give some ideas, especially for this season where some people are in person, other people are virtual, and maybe you have kids still at home and you're sending links to mom and dad. We want to do a variety of different ideas. So thanks for watching this. I did do this as a more virtual event back and forth, and I just totally forgot to record it. So I'm sorry that it's not as interactive, but I really wanted to get you some links and some ideas to kind of get your creative juices flowing on doing a missions night with the kids. So first of all, some in-person ideas. I was going to talk some about that first. So first suggestion would be to do some sort of a month-long drive, some sort of a penny drive, some sort of clothing drive, canned food drive, something where the kids are bringing in some donations there into the church. It's really great when you can get a couple teams, going against each other, if it's by age groups or boys versus girls, or just like, John's team and Karen's team or something where they get really excited and can rally their side. And I don't know, maybe if the winning team captain gets to pie the face of the losing team captain, maybe something like that could happen. That's all up to you, but something that really gets kids' enthusiasm going. But doing some sort of a month-long drive, and maybe you even combine a couple of those. You're not obviously restricted to one. But then all the donations would go to a ministry or missionary, something they're connected with the church. So that's one possible idea. Another thing is you could designate a versathon night. So versathon, that may be a new term for some of you. So what I mean by versathon is an opportunity for the kids to get pledges, or an opportunity for maybe the church or the Sunday school class to be able to sponsor these kids. So for every verse that they recite on this versathon night, maybe 10 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents could be donated to the pot, the missions pot that's going toward a missionary or ministry. So what could that look like? There's lots of great resources available for you to do a versathon. So I wanted to show you kind of one of the hub places for that. So I will be sending this link. It's on the back page of this video. So I'll be sure that you can see that. So you could get back to this, but the Versathon guide, there's lots of record keeping sheets. This Pledge Bright, I actually have that open on a separate tab here. This is something that's really, really neat, so that you could create an online presence for your fundraiser of any kind, including like a Versathon. But what's neat about this is if you wanted your funds to specifically go to help Awana overseas, Awana somewhere else in the world, this page is designed to help you with that. So all of the funds here would go to what's called Awana Go, Awana Global Outreach. And you could target this gift specific to a country or a part of the world that means a lot to you or your church. Or you could just give as needed, and it could be used in the area where there's greatest need. So I went in and I just put in some generic information, called this ABC Church. And so this is a link that I could send to anybody to give, whether they're in person or all around the world. You could also do this where you're creating an individual page for kids if they wanted to, if you wanted to track where the gifts come from and individual kids. So you have that customization there available as well. So that's just a little bit of the fun stuff that you could do with Versathon. Yeah, you can see all the verses that are in the Awana handbook. So if you wanted to incorporate the Bible verses that they're doing in Awana, you could easily track that for a Versathon night. All right, so that's an option for you. Another way that you could incorporate missions is to highlight the Awana Go videos and lessons. So I mentioned Awana Go, Awana Global Outreach. So there are lots of great videos, PowerPoints, and entire lessons that are based off of what Awana looks like in other parts of the world. So maybe that's something that you incorporate throughout the year. You could show what these videos throughout the year. Maybe it's something that you do a missions month where you say every month or every week this month, we're gonna look at what Awana looks like in Nepal, the Philippines. A lot of them are even domestic, so you could look at other ones in other parts of the U.S. as well. So That's another option there for you. Um, you could also use an Awana store as a missions emphasis. Maybe that's something that you're already doing. And so what you could do is you could have a way for the kids, instead of spending their money at the Awana store, maybe you give an option for them to donate, and you have a Sunday school class, or again, the church or another sponsor that would match whatever the kids donate into actual dollars for a ministry or missionary. So I think you'll be pretty blown away by seeing some of the selflessness in some of the kids, as they get a lot of joy out of giving the bucks that they've earned and donating them to a missions opportunity. Another possibility connected to this Awana store would be to just do a store where the kids are buying canned goods, food. Maybe there's other things that your church collects or donates, but the kids it would all be there for the kids to spend their money, and then they would buy the canned food that would be donated. So maybe you just have a whole store of donated items or things that they could purchase to give to a local food bank or something along those lines. So maybe that would be a missions component that you could consider for an Awana store night as well. And then the fifth suggestion here is to do some sort of an event. Do something where, maybe it's the men's group, does some barbecue, and you sell that for, $10 a pound, something like that, and the proceeds go to missions. And a fun idea is a fun run. So the kids could get some pledges to just, do some running there at the church. You just run laps, or just do something fun, get the kids out and burning off some steam and earning some money for missions. Or just a tournament of some kind. I have some suggestions there, but basically, if you could think of it, and get some teams just to put in $5-10 of entry, just to know that it's going to go toward missions and they can participate in the contest, then maybe that's a fun way that you could incorporate missions into a passion that you have there in the church. So those are some in-person ideas. I wanted to touch some of the virtual and at-home missions ideas as well, understanding that that's reality for a lot of us. So instead of a month-long canned food drive, well, you could do a drive-through, something where they're driving, dropping some stuff off at the church. If it's canned food, clothes, again, pennies, coin drive of some kind. So that's still something that you could do. You could just have designated drop-off times where they would do that there at the church. You could still do that versathon that we mentioned. You could have a Zoom link that they can go to recite verses. You could do it back and forth over FaceTime or Marco Polo. You could just have the parents listening to verses and checking them off and keeping records that way. So the versathon isn't something that you have to do on a night there on campus. It could be something that you do in a virtual setting as well. So that could still be a great way to do missions and to see how many verses these kids can memorize. They'll blow your socks off, I'm sure. Another suggestion could be the Awana Go videos and parent pages. So I have these brought up here. I'll show them to you here really quick, because this is one of the cool things about this Awana Plus page. I'll show you how I got to it. So awanaplus.com, just go to this page here. You have information for all of the different age groups. And then I'm going to go over to the far right side here, and I'm going to click Awana Go. And so you'll see there's a few different buttons here. Parent resources. These are really cool. There's a lot of really great things on here. It's not all of the Go lessons, but if you have the video here on Angelique in Rwanda, you could look at the parent guide for this. And this is something that your parents can have. So you can send this in an email. But there's a family activity time. Oh, I scrolled past it on the top there. I want to show you. There's a key verse, a Bible truth. So you have everything you need for like a family worship time that connects with Awana in Rwanda and gives you a look into the life of Angelique. So that is a great opportunity that you have to share a parent page like that with the parents and let them see what Awana looks like and have a time of family worship with their kids. Under the Awana Director resources, I did kind of want to click that while I was here. It's sort of, on a tangent, but this Awana Directors page, all of the new TNT books have these Awana Go pages. And so you have the Go pages here listed for all the books. So especially if you have some families in TNT that wanted to take a look at these Awana Go pages and look at missions and learn about kids and ministries in other countries. Those are some great pages to take a look at. So check those out. There's a lot more there on that Awana Plus page as well. When we're talking about the Awana Go kit and things, there's a lot of great resources here. This is awana.org/great-go mission. I got to this from the Awana Go page. Again, I'm going to have these links for you at the end, so you'll be able to access these again. But I wanted to show you these additional resources. You might see I'm getting this little notification here. Just a quick aside, wondering like, why is it redirecting me? There's a lot of resources on these links, and so we don't want to bog down the awana.org server. So we have these stored on a Widen Collective page. So that's why you're getting redirected to another page. So it's not anything like fishy or scammy. It's just trying to keep the website from getting bogged down. But lots of great mission stuff. Kids can get passports that they're getting little stamps in as they do their missions projects. Every missions project could get them a stamp in the passport. So many cool missions ideas. Kids love the idea of traveling, especially right now, right? I mean, any traveling is so exciting. So there's graphics and clip art here and things. So again, a lot of great resources here if you wanted to incorporate Awana Go into some sort of a missions project that you're going to do there with the kids, whether they're in person or in a virtual component. So another virtual option would be to host some sort of a Bible trivia or Zoom family game challenge. So put in a little entry fee just to have something that will go toward the missions component. If you're doing like Bible trivia, I think of something like Kahoot. That's something that I'm familiar with, but there's other platforms available for that. Maybe you do a Zoom family game night challenge. You just see which family gets bragging rights, and everybody does some fun, goofy things on Zoom. So it's a good opportunity to get the families together, let kids see each other, and have some fun, and do a little something for missions there too is always a neat plus to it. And then you could do that virtual fun run. So we talked about that fun run. That's something that doesn't have to be done at the church. They could be running around their neighborhood, running around, hopefully not in the house, but around. And it's not something that you have to be doing there in the church. It could be done in their neighborhood, and for the families to do on their own. So that could be something that you do for missions, again, getting like pledges and that sort of thing. All right, so there's the links. There's a lot of the things that places that I went to show you kind of what the resources are available. I hope you can do something for missions. Check it out. And I think it's going to be a really great component to add, especially in the spring season when you have this time, from here to the end of the year, and you want to make the best of it. So check out those resources, and best of luck to you as you put together some kind of missions project for you and your church.